On this week's edition of the MCTV Weekday Update, budget cuts to our city's police department could be putting Texas Tech students at risk.
Red Raider athletics are heating up with the cooling weather. We take a look at Tech's top teams.
And later, the South Plains Fair hits the hub city. We take a look inside this year's event.
From the College of Mass Communications on the campus of Texas Tech University, this is the MCTV Weekday Update.
Hello and welcome into this week's edition of your MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Hailey Johnson.
And I'm Marcus Officer. Texas lawmakers cut $15 billion from our state's budget, and that money could have helped our city's police department. Thomas Lott spoke to LPD about how these cuts could put you at risk.
How do you feel about the fact now that there are going to be less DUI arrests and how the streets are going to look now that happened?
Well, to be honest, most of the time I don't drive late at night. I don't drive around the bar areas, and so it's not really going to affect me, I don't think.
In a recent study done by CNBC, Lubbock was found to be one of the most dangerous driving cities in the U.S. Despite this fact, the city of Lubbock is cutting back on their arrests for speeding and drunk driving. The cuts were made after the city unexpectedly had funds cut by the Texas Department of Transportation, but they will only affect extra patrols added in recent years. With the cuts to these patrols, officers will be on the roads for 30% less time than they have been in years past.
The police have been cutting down on their patrols over the last few months, and the city is already starting to see significantly fewer arrests, and organizations like Mothers Against Drunk Driving are taking notice.
Amanda Eldridge, a victim advocate for the organization, preferred not to be on camera, but she said the lowered police presence could possibly lead to more DUI-related crashes. Lubbock's police department investigated 29 crashes where people died last year, and over the last few years, nearly half of all traffic deaths have been alcohol-related. According to that CNBC report, Lubbock is the 10th most dangerous driving city in the U.S. based on the city's driving fatality rates. As the traffic funding has gone down in Lubbock, so have the arrests for drunk driving.
Ms. Eldridge from Mothers Against Drunk Driving said DUIs are a 100% preventable crime if law enforcement takes certain precautions. But with these budget cuts, it might be difficult to implement these methods. We're already seeing decreases in Lubbock arrest rates. We just hope we won't see increases in accident rates. For MCTV, I'm Thomas Lott.
You see them on campus throughout the day: GIs, airmen, sailors, and Marines. And that's no accident. Texas Tech was named one of the top military-friendly universities in the country for the third year in a row. April Cunningham introduces some of these student service members.
Hey guys, from searching around on the GI Jobs website, I noticed that Texas A&M has around 49,000 students, with 1,200 of those being veterans, while Tech, on the other hand, has just over 32,000 students, but we also have 1,200 veterans. This easily makes us one of the more military-friendly campuses in the state.
This month, Texas Tech was named one of the nation's most military-friendly campuses. This marks Tech's third straight year on the list, and out of the 8,000 campuses polled, Tech was one of 1,500 schools to receive this honor. Operations Flight Commander Wendell Toney says of all the cities he's visited, that Lubbock ranks as the friendliest one.
The whole community around Lubbock is friendly, and it filters into the Texas Tech campus. I get handshakes, hugs all the time.
Tony says he believes the Lubbock and Tech communities are so friendly toward the military due to many veterans living in the area and because of the old Reese Air Force Base.
I've come back since I was stationed at Reese, and between that assignment and this assignment, I've been back to Lubbock probably 15, 20 times. And it's amazing how friendly this town is.
With only 80 students in the program, Tony says the cadets stand out while dressed in camo, and they too often have people thanking them. Senior cadet Aaron Moreno says he's experienced this several times.
Around in our camo uniforms, they would come up to me, random people sometimes would come up to me and say, "Thank you for your service," and they haven't even done anything yet. I didn't even got into field training yet.
Tony says he sees that faculty around campus often like having his cadets in their classes.
A lot of the faculty really love having ROTC cadets as their students. I get emails all the time about how they're very well mannered, they're very well prepared, and tend to be better students.
Tony also says Tech's ROTC program is one of the best in the nation and only has potential to grow with more students hearing about the program. For MCTV, I'm April Cunningham.
Our Red Raiders are tearing up the competition this season, and not only on the football field. Athletes are ripping into soccer and volleyball. Evan Jansa has your sideline pass.
You've been to the Jones, but have you been to the John Walker? That's where the Tech soccer team took on Missouri in their first Big 12 game Friday. Tech got off to a hot start when Jalen Hinkle serves a beaut to Jessica Fuston. Fuston gives Hinkle props for the assist shortly after. And yes, Kirby, these girls are good. Tech senior Taylor Lotto tried to rev up later in the half, taking the feed from Fuston, but gets jobbed by the post. Tech took the match 1-0. The volleyball team was honored at halftime before their first Big 12 match Saturday. They went searching for their 14th straight win against Iowa State. Miara Cave greeted the Cyclones early when Carlin Myers set up the left-handed slammer. Billy Gillespie even had his popcorn ready. Amanda Dowdy was solid throughout, and here she handcuffs Jamie Straub. Iowa State swept Tech, but first-year coach Don Flores pleased with the progress.
You know, this is part of the learning process. We've come a long way, and we still have a ways to go.
So does the Texas Tech football team. The Red Raiders squeaked out a 1-point victory against Nevada last Saturday. Eric Ward filled in for the injured Darren Moore and snuck behind the Wolfpack for his second quarter touchdown. Nevada responded when Cody Fajardo darted in through the D to tie the game. Tech trailed at halftime for the second time this season.
I can't say it was a lot of fun on the sideline during the game being behind.
It was less fun and more pressure in the second half when Nevada had the chance to go up 10. Jarvis Phillips said no sir, swatting down the pass to force a field goal and keep Tech's comeback hopes alive.
You know, deep down, I think everybody on the sideline felt like we can win this game. We will win this game if somebody would step up and make a play.
That somebody was Ward. On 4th and goal with 44 seconds remaining, Seth Dagey dropped back, bought some time, and found Ward in the back of the end zone. The touchdown sealed the game and the weekend for Tech athletics. For MCTV, I'm Evan Johnson.
The South Plains Fair has been a Lubbock tradition for 97 years, since Woodrow Wilson was president.
And it's been growing with Lubbock ever since. It's big food and big fun. Holly Kitten has your ticket to this year's event.
Animals, rides, and fried food have made their way back to Lubbock yet again.
$3 souvenirs! $3 souvenirs! Get a souvenir that looks like a nacho!
The South Plains Fair opened its gates to the public September 23rd. Over the course of 9 days, fairgoers from around the region flocked to the grounds to take part in the annual fun. Since its opening in 1914, over 11 million people have walked through the fair's gates. The years brought changes as Lubbock's population grew from 2,000 to over 200,000.
The whole family can come and have a good time, and they can do it together.
Though the grounds may look different from over 90 years ago, General Manager Herbert Higgs said the main attraction for fairgoers has remained the same.
There's just so many activities nowadays where families get split up. Mom and dad go do something, the kids go someplace else, and the fair is one of those places they can all come together, and there's things for the big kids, being mom and dad, and the little kids to do on the fairgrounds.
To keep people interested each year, Higgs said they try to maintain a variety of acts and entertainment. One of the new attractions this year was a wave swinger. Other new attractions included a puppet show, vaudeville clown, and Greg Frisbee, a professional juggler. Gates closed October 1st, but people can look forward to more excitement next fall when the South Plains Fair opens for its 93rd year.
Hey Marcus, I love the funnel cake, do you?
I love the funnel cake, the fried Snickers, the fried Oreos, the fried Twinkies.
Okay, you were there.
Sorry, Mom.
That's all the time we have for today. Thanks for watching our MCTV Weekday Update. I'm Hailey Johnson.
And I'm Marcus Officer. We hope you have a great week.